Hey, it's a good evening. I am sitting here cuddling with my puppy dogs on the couch. But you better stick around and see what all happened today. It was a good day. Thanks for watching, guys. Listen, there's somebody on that coffee app who goes by the name of someone, and you don't even tell me your name. It just literally says someone who bought me some coffee. Well, I can't thank you if I don't know who you are. It's like a conspiracy theory, like a big mystery. I hate surprises and mystery. Oh, Lord. But anyway, I'm going to put you up on my board, so hang on. Listen. Oh, wrong way. Hang on. Listen, I hated those, though. Well, I didn't hate. I used to read those Nancy Drew books. And there you are. Right there. Someone. It's someone. Coffee times 5. Anyway, hi, guys. I used to read those Nancy Drew books. And I'm not lying when I say I would go back and turn to like the last chapter and read the last chapter and then read the book. Yes, I did. Do y'all remember those books whenever we were kids that was choose your own ending? I was bad about those too. I would go along and they would say, make your choice. And once it got a little further into the story, I would turn to the one page, I'd save it, and turn to the other choice and save it. I'd read a little bit and read a little bit, and I'm going to have to ask Dana. Oh my gosh, I got a girl at work. Her name's Dana. She's super logical and cracks me up. And so anyway, she and I argue sometimes, but she's just one of those people. She thinks for a lot. She gets so mad because she's like one of those real factual people. And she'll say, my facts don't care about your feelings. I said, my feelings don't care about your facts. She's like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm like, well, it does to me because my feelings are more important than your facts. But she's just that she's a very logical thinker, and I just love messing with her. It's terrible. But we've been together almost 10 years, so, should be all right. Anyway, so I'll have to tell her tomorrow. I'll have to tease her tomorrow. So, all right, anyway, I'm going to go back and lay down. But thank you, someone, whoever you are, thank you for the coffee. I told Dana what I said about how I would read the last chapter of a mystery book and how I hated to choose your own endings, how I would, not how I hated them, but how I would like read one. If I didn't like it, I'd go back and read another one. Of course, Dana, Miss Logical, she said, well, I would read it all the way through and then I would start over. And it was like a whole different book. I'm like, psh, no, I had to just, go pick whichever ending I wanted best. I wasn't going to take the time to read a book twice. Ain't nobody got time for that, especially not some kid with ADHD. Couldn't sit still. Has a hard time sitting still now. I don't know where my Girl Scout girls are, but as I was editing my video and I was talking about peanuts, I was thinking about that song. Found a peanut, found a peanut, found a peanut just now. I just now found a peanut just now. Cracked it open just now. I just now cracked it open just now. It was rotten just now. It was rotten just now. Ate it anyway just now. I just now ate it anyway just now. Got sick just now. I just now got sick just now. Cleaned it up just now. I just now cleaned it up just now. Anybody remember that song? It's like I was hurt. Song popped in my head from Sesame Street. I put my cream in my eye so it's easier to keep it closed. Anyway, Sesame Street. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the bucket, dear Liza, a hole. Well, fix it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry, then fix it, dear Henry, fix it. With what shall I fix it, dear Liza, dear Liza? With what shall I fix it, dear Liza? With what? She just gets exasperated. With a stick, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. With a stick, dear Henry, a stick. The stick is too big, dear Liza. It goes on, and she's like, then, I don't remember what word. I don't remember if she said shave it or something, but anyway, then it goes on. With what shall I, maybe sand it, I don't know. What shall I make it smaller? Whatever the word was. And she said, with the stone, or with the, like, I don't know. I don't remember the word that they used. I think they said stone, but it was like a stone, the spinning stone that you file things down to make them smaller. I don't know what the real word is, but they said it in that song. And then he's like, the stone is too dry, dear Liza, dear Liza. The stone is too dry, dear Liza, too dry, she says. Then wet it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. Then wet it, dear Henry, wet it. With what shall I wet it? And she says, with water, dear Henry. And then he's like, well, what should I get the water? How shall I get it? Get the water, dear Liza, dear. Then she says, with the bucket. And then it goes back to, there's a hole in the bucket. It was one of those Sesame Street songs. It's kind of like that one Sesame Street song. It's a song that it never ends. It goes on and on, my friends. What started? See, people started singing it, not knowing what it was. Something, 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 because it is the song that never ends. And it goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was. We will go on singing it together just because, something like that. Anyway, yeah, I grew up on Sesame Street. That's my attention span. Why my attention span's anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. All right, good night. Y'all, I don't think I've told y'all yet. No, I don't think I've talked to you this morning. I am so thankful that I get to work so dadgum early. I get here and I'm tootling along, and I decided, because somebody had a mishap, just called a mishap, in the back porch room. When I got home yesterday, there was a mess. And so I thought, well, in case somebody's sick, so I left the camera on. I have the camera on outside of my back porch, but I thought, let me turn the one on inside my back porch so that if somebody does, I'll be able to see who, because it alerts me when there's movement, so I can see which one it was that does the thing in that room. I usually don't keep it on because they're in and out, up and down, up and down. I think I've had like 10 alerts since I've been back to work. Anyway, so I got to work early, and I'm glad I did because I kept getting these alerts. And I'm like, dadgum, you guys are really going in that back room a lot. What? And then I just ignored it because I'm like, all right. I knew I turned that new camera back one on. And I'm like, they sure are going to town back there. And I'm like, well, I wonder if anybody's gotten sick already. It was like, I left my house about 7:10. And it was right about 7:30. So I was like, well, let me just double check and see. So I looked at my alerts. And I looked at the inside, the back porch, and I see somebody going out. I'm like, wait a minute. I know. I took Baxter's collar off. And so I know I closed that back door. So I looked at a different one and a different one. No. I took Baxter's collar off. Good, fine. But I forgot to put the dog door in the thing. So I'm like, oh no, I got to run home and do that. Now, again, keep in mind, I live like 7-8 minutes away. So I was able to make it. It was about 7:30. I made it home and back way before, like at 7:50. Anyway, when I pulled up in the driveway, I opened up my door and I get out and I hear Callie, Mark, Mark. I'm like, Callie, stop it, stop it. And so she stopped, and then they all go running in the house. I'm like, you stinkers. You know, I mean, of course, hey, I let the dog door open. Of course they're going to go outside, you know. So anyway, yeah, so that was my excitement, you know, not real excitement, but my kind of excitement today was I had to run home and let them back out or put the dog door back on. Yeah. Sometimes I'm so squirrely. But anyway, so we got our salad. Yeah. This week, Saturday, when I was processing my veggies, man, that jicama was beautiful. It was like pristine, and I took a bite of it. It was like just so good and fresh. So I went ahead and put it in all my salads. So anyway, so it's my cabbage, red onion, jicama, rutabaga. I bought a zucchini and I cut that into it, and tomatoes, and then just some seasoning and dressing. Perfection. So there's that. Then, last night when I was making supper, I went ahead and pulled out today. I had two options. You know, I'll tell you what I'm eating, and then it's a steak. Well, a chuck roast turned into a steak. I swear, I did not put salt on that. Sometimes I want to kick myself in the shin, but it's all right. At least last night's Terri made it in bite-sized pieces, so I shouldn't whine. Okay. So anyway, it's funny, you know, I always tell you all that this is a journey, and you're going to learn things about yourself along the way. Let me tell you what I used to hate doing, and now I really do enjoy doing. I used to have, you know, didn't want to come home and cook, so I would stop somewhere and eat or grab fast food or whatever. So, because I just didn't want to take the time to cook and make vegetables and blah, blah, blah. I honestly have been enjoying this change. Because, you know, I would make my meat, have it all cooked up, and then warm it up. Well, I have honestly been enjoying cooking it fresh in the evening time. I don't know, you know, what that shift is, why. I mean, I'm just going with it. But I really have been enjoying cooking the fresh burger, steak, whatever it is I have, and then eating it, you know, cooking the one for the night and then the one for the next day. I've really enjoyed doing that, and old me would not have wanted to, after working all day and being around humans all day and talking all day, would not have wanted to go home and stand and cook something. I wanted to just go, put it in the microwave 2 minutes and go sit. I just wanted to sit. So it's just kind of interesting how we do change over time. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I'm still, you know, I've been at my weight since 2022, coming up, I guess, almost, it'll be 2 years in November, I guess. And it's funny how I'm still learning things about myself, and I'm still changing. My mind is still changing. So just know that just because you reach your you know, your maintenance weight, whatever that is, just because you reach it doesn't mean, okay, I'm here, everything's going to be great, everything's going to be fine. No, you're still going to have your ups and downs on the scale. You're still going to have your addictions and your demons that you have to fight. You're going to have to try to put your your dopamine hits on from food to something else. So unfortunately mine was from food to shopping. And so getting something on Amazon, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So that would send that I'd get that dopamine hit that I used to get from eating chips and bad foods. And so I think that's another reason why I've been kind of having some issues recently, because one, the nuts were available, but also I was not able, I'm not doing all that online shopping, and so I'm not getting that dopamine hit. So I'm trying to find other things to get that reward through. So whether it's from, like, this weekend vacuuming my house afterwards, I wasn't miserable doing it, but I wasn't like, oh boy, I'm vacuuming. But when it was done, it was like, yeah, somebody could come over to my house and I would not be ashamed. And after I cleaned my bathtub the other day, I was like, wow, I feel good about that. So I'm trying to learn to shift that pleasure, that dopamine, whatever you want to call it. I'm trying to shift that obsession from food, and then it went to shopping, to maybe being focused on more cleaning things. And just, the coffee, making the coffee the new way. So you're going to find yourself, you're going to grow in all kinds of different ways. Hang on. But you grow through any change you make in life. So somebody who has a substance use disorder, they have to find something else to replace that coping mechanism with. Somebody who has a gambling, or shopping disorder. When I quit smoking, my obsession went from cigarettes to food. So, when you are a person that easily gets addicted to things, you have to find something to replace that with. And so you have to kind of try to find something healthy, not shopping, to do that with. So that's kind of where I'm at. Right. I understand the eating part. I know what I have to do for the weight loss. Am I always doing it? No. But do I know what I need to do to get it? Yes. So just understand that on your weight loss experience, I ain't saying journey, on your weight loss experience, you're going to learn a lot about yourself and about how strong you can be and what you need to focus your mind on. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. All right, bye. You guys, I'm so excited. I got a call from the heating and cooling place, and he came and he looked in my fireplace, and first off, he said that my little damper has been open all this time. I'm like, oh, and so I'm not gonna have to crawl under and open and close it. But he said that it's funny. He's like, I haven't seen one this old working before, and he's an older guy, so he's definitely been at this a long time. But he lit it and everything worked well, so my house won't blow up. I'm so mad. I told you all I was gonna clean it yesterday, and I didn't. That's what happens. That serves me right. But either way, it works, and he said it's fine, and I can use it. So, yeah, just want to let you know. So, I'll be able to use my fireplace if the power goes out. He did say mine pushes out a lot of gas because it's an older one. So, he said I won't want to just light it all the time. And it lights up. There's two different, like one gas for the lower log, and then one sends gas out for the top log. And so he said I would probably want to just do the bottom log. He said this one, just this bottom log's putting out enough heat. And he said, but I should light the bottom log before I light, and then just open the gas to the top log if I need both of them. And then that'll light the top one. So I'm excited, but it's not a newer kind where you have a pilot light and stuff. So, but either way, it's good. So I'm going to have to force myself to remember to do it several times a year just to make sure it works. Hey, we are home. How you doing? I'm actually doing better. So around 1 o'clock, I started having some stomach cramps, like bathroom stomach cramps. And come 2 o'clock, it was like, oh boy, this ain't good. So anyway, so I ended up having a few quick to the bathroom moments. I'm going to show you what I'm going to eat, and then I'll show you. The guy came and looked at my thing. So I'll show you the thing in a minute. I'll get it out loud here in a minute. I'm having two pieces, but it makes one slice of pork belly. 2 burgers. 1/2 of a sweet potato. Tortilla shell. And dadgummit, I don't remember which one y'all told me, but I bought the cinnamon churro, what them things? I know it's a pork rind, but pork and good pork rind, so I'm going to try it. Good. I got my little Greek zucchini salad. And then, let's see what kind of creamy. I'm pretty sure it's one of my pina coladas. Let's see what it's mixed with it. Vanilla. So I try to remember to tell you all, I have a creamy playlist to show how I make them. I use 1/2 of a keto chow packet, and then another half of just another protein powder. But anyway, so this one's keto chow, pina colada, and vanilla. But let me show you what the HVAC guy did. Hang on. Okay, so he came. It's so funny. He said, I haven't seen any this old working. So the way mine works is, and I didn't even have time to clean it, but that's that. I have two valves, and one says top and one says bottom. And so you turn on the gas, and then we light it. And that's the bottom log. Then I have another one, that's the top. So he said to light the bottom one first, and then turn on the top, and the top will light itself. So this is my fireplace. And I can close this. But he said because it's older and the way it's made, it pushes out a lot of gas. So he said that it will expend a lot of gas. So I won't want to use it for very long. He said I can, but it'll raise my gas bill. But so that's at fully open. Let me turn it down a little bit. But it heats up really fast. Hang on now. Come on, fella. Turn down. Up. So that's kind of like a lower. Wait. So that's kind of lower. But he said that my damper was already open. I had no idea. He said just leave it as it is and I can light it. But he said that, like I said, it's going to put out a lot of gas, so it will be a lot of money. But he said, if the power goes out or I just need to warm up the room. But his suggestion was, he said, just run the bottom one. He said run it by itself, and it warms up really fast. So yeah. So he checked it, and it's good to go. I just have to use it. So yeah, well we'll have to like that sometimes. But if my power goes out, I'm good to go. All right, guys, I love y'all. I'll see you later. Bye.